Hello everyone, hope you all are doing very well. And today in this video, I am going to explain about the React, JSX, and the other things. How anything you want to uh, view on the UI, then how you will write the code, how you will instruct the React. So before that, first let's share my screen and okay. So now let's first we talked about like what is JSX? So JSX is the JavaScript syntax, JavaScript extension, which allow React to write the HTML and JavaScript code together so that they can improve the performance of the application, and also the developers who are writing the code in the JSX will find one thing: if they have the error, they will get the error right there. So they will easily find out the errors, like where the error was. So so how the JSX is important. So as we know, uh, both HTML and JavaScript are written in the different file when you are going to make any application or website. But in with the help of JSX, you can write both the things in a single file together. So now before that, we have to go through how does the React code, how that React code is going to render on the UI, and how that, because we know, before making the any website we have to create the structure that is only created by using only the HTML. So any code you are writing in the React, this code must lies in between anywhere in the HTML tree or HTML any tag. So let's discuss some syntax, how that things working. So let's we have a class div. Let's we have a div which class is name, which class name is nothing. Let's for example root. So we have the class name root. Now what will happen whenever you writing the code in the React, that whole the code will come inside the div which attribute class is root here. But it's possible that, like, if you have to write the React code in the existing application or in existing web page, there maybe have the more than uh, one div where you can attach the React code. But when you are going to make the application with the Express, there is a possibility, or there is not a possibility, there is the fact, like you are going to attach all the code in the single div. So now from here, what will happen? To write the code in the React, you have to create a root so that all the code written in React will go to inside that React, inside that div. So for that, what you have to do, you have to create a root, and creating a root, um, you have to uh, import first React DOM. So okay, so you have to import the React DOM, and you have to create the root with the help of React DOM. So React DOM dot create root, and you will now inside the parenthesis you have to pass the attribute or the div where all the React code you want to attach. So as we know, maybe this class root are in for that, you have to here right here, like we have to use the browser API, like docu main dot get element by id, and you have to pass that class name over here. So maybe this thing is spelling maybe this wrong. So um, I'm not focusing on the spelling. I'm currently focus on the concept, how that React are going to pass the code to the class div, class root, here. So you have to create the root, and inside the root you have to pass that div over here. And now you have already created a root. So with the help of this root, you will render all the React code which you want to see on the UI. So here for that you have to write like root dot render, root dot render. And inside the root dot render parenthesis, you will have to pass the code which you want to see on the screen. For example, let's we have element like hello. So you will just find that you will just pass this element over here in the line number 35, and now you will able to see the hello on your UI. So this line number 33 is nothing. This is JSX JavaScript extension. So okay, before so first this is how the React code uh, rendered on the UI. So here you can see this is a React DOM. This is the React library which synchronize all your React code with the real DOM. And that the real DOM, what is here? The real DOM, that is the root. So whatever the changes in your that element will come, they will change over here. Now before go to the JSX, we will have to understand, if you don't have the JSX, then how you will write the code inside the React element. So for that we have some React things, like we have some things like which provide some you can say callback function by the React. So for that we have to write like uh, React. Let's first catch. Okay, no, React dot create element. So not focus on the word. So focus on the concept. React create element, and they have some more parameters here in the React dot create element, because create element is nothing, it's a JavaScript function which is provided by the React. So here in the first you have to pass the HTML tag which you want. So here I want the h1 tag, so we will pass the h1 tag here. And the second parameter, in the second argument, sorry, in the second argument, you can pass the attribute, class name attribute. So for example, we want to pass the Avi as a attribute. And in the third argument, you can pass the content which you want to see on your UI. So here you can pass like hello world, and we will cache that React element inside variables, and we'll just simply pass that thing over here. And now you are able to see the hello world on your UI, and that will be written inside the h1 tag. So this is the way you can create the React element. But but uh, right now this is not a handy practice to write the code, because they will take more time. So we will with the place of this React.create element, we will just use the JSX syntax that is very easy to write. So uh, we will use the JSX syntax from here. So now let's talk about how the JSX helps us to write the code HTML and JavaScript together. So all the things. So currently you can see I am writing the things inside the TXT file. This is not a JavaScript file. So for that you have to create the JavaScript file, and you know how to create JavaScript file index.js. Fine. And from here you can write the code, and you have to install the React application first. So I'm not going to do that, I'm just explaining the things here. So like if we if you want to write something some code, so let's you have a function ABC, and that function have some, let's say, return. They are returning some things like h1 tag over here. Let's say you have anything inside this, uh, and you also want to pass some variable name. Let's apple, and we are going to create a let's apple here, and inside the apple we are going to uh, do some going to pass some number here. So here, like, you will just what can do ABC function. You will call the function ABC from here, and you will have you will call you are calling this function, or from there you are getting the h1 element, and the h1 element you have this string and the apple. So apple is nothing, it's a way to write the variable inside the HTML tag. So, and this only possible in the JSX. And now in the screen you are able to see these things and that number in the UI. You are able to see the things on the UI in H1 element. So that's how the JSX and works, and that's how the React uh, passing the all the React code in the single root to the HTML file. So thank you. This is the things I have to cover in this video. We will meet in the next video.